What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys, well, with another market watch today. The market and the meta are still not defined, both of them. I mean, Spyrals is definitely a phenomenal deck. I think we all know this right now, but the deck can brick. In fact, it can brick, and other decks that are even tier 1.5, like, let's say, Burning Abyss or Heroes, can easily just lay it out. In fact, Heroes can lay it out easily by just going into a Dark Law. Burning Abyss can lay it out easily by doing its full combo that it could do more consistently than Spyrals because the draws. Now, I'm not saying Spyrals is a terrible deck, or Spyrals is definitely not deserving of being a top tier contending deck. It's definitely one of the best decks in the game right now, if not the best deck. But what I am saying that if you are playing against Spyrals, they can brick, or they can have some optimal hands, and they're very open to hand traps, which is something I think a lot of Spyral players don't want you to know, but it's a thing they are open to. So it's kind of something to take into consideration. If you are looking to play like Burning Abyss or Guru, your opponent cannot open the nuts and you can just light them up, or they'll just scoop the games up. In my personal experience with Spyrals, it's a good deck, but once again, I do think there are some issues with the deck that cannot be addressed. And if you are playing an event against a deck, those can come up again with your opponent playing a deck, and you can easily take a win. So I just want to throw it out to anybody who's looking to play against Spyrals. You can just naturally beat the deck because the deck just can't have good draws. Guys, if you like this channel, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and comment down below. Comment question of the day. What's your secret hidden tech? Are you going to start playing Ghost Ogre? Is Drill and Lockboard your whole thing? Are you running like Waking the Dragons? What is your secret way to make you different from the current meta? Personally speaking, I actually have my secret tech in my Spiral deck, and in the market watch, I'll get to that one card and show you why, and we'll talk about it. But guys, for you guys out there, if you're looking to play like Geist, what are you using? If you're looking to play Guru Control, if you're looking to play Heroes, if you're looking to play Invoked, what are you using to set you apart from everybody else? So when you play against decks like Spyrals, or maybe even Geist, or even the Geist Mirror, what are you doing to beat that matchup? That's very important, because if you're just gonna make a cookie cutter deck, you're probably not gonna do as good as those who are waiting and ready to play against you. So what are you doing to play against that deck? Now, looking at Ignition Assault, Lightning Storm Prismatic is roughly around 440, 450. I think this card price is going to drop down in value. I don't agree with this card being as high as it is currently, being the fact that it's a main deck card and it's susceptible to being, getting a lot of play on it. We have Skystriker Ace Rose with a 344 market price. Its price is still at 250. It was at 250 last week, Friday, last time we talked, and now 250 now. Also, the Earth Charm is holding a roughly around 225 market price. It's really nothing. Time Thief Perpetua is about 205. Neiman First Editions are roughly around 170 to 180. That card value is dropping, but I think this card, okay, so I think Lunalights is another deck that's a huge dark horse right now. I think not a lot of players are respecting it. I think a lot of players think it's a bad deck, but the deck uses one Time Thief Perpetua. If that deck was the top or win an event, I think Time Thief Perpetua's price point, especially the Prismatic, because it is kind of low compared to other cards, and actually sees play, and it's an extra deck card, so it's ticking off all those boxes. I think this card has a chance of going up higher in the market. This one came out as super rare, and super rare is like less than $1, but if you are looking to play Lunalights and you're rocking with like max rarity 5-formation tanky, you're gonna want to grab the max rarity Time Thief Perpetua, which is currently 177, which is not a bad price point for this card, being the fact that Lunalights is a good deck, but once again, a lot of you players are not respecting it. Looking at Lightning Storm with a market price of $107, we got a Neiman First Edition roughly around $102. Now, I think this price point is still going to be dropping. I think this card's going to be lowering price as time moves on. It's still a phenomenal card, don't get me wrong, but we're getting some Yu-Gi-Oh players that are just not playing the card and citing it. We're getting Yu-Gi-Oh players that are trying to main it and not doing good with it. You're getting a variance of Yu-Gi-Oh players, and whenever you have a variance of Yu-Gi-Oh players within the market on a hype card like Lightning Storm, you only have two options: sell or hold. But when the card's $102, I don't know, you let me know. I mean, it's a great card, don't get me wrong, but is it worth $102? No, it's definitely not. Ignister Air Land yesterday went up as high as like $50. Current market price has this card roughly around 33, and we're looking at Neiman First Edition being roughly around 45. So it is starting to drop, but still a high value card for this card. This is supposedly one of the short printed cards. Sure, Konami last time, right? But no more are we gonna see this. Allegedly we're not gonna be seeing short printed cards. But look at it in this AI land, it's $45. If you have one, sell it, get rid of it as soon as possible. It should not be this high in value. This card is going to be going down in value. Still holding it, it'll probably be the most expensive Ignister card, but that's not going to say much. I mean, look at Abomination Prison, it's like $15. It's the most expensive card for On-Chain, and On-Chain's doing nothing. And then we have Gizmo Kaku, the Supreme Shining Sky Stag, long name, with a $26 market price. The current value is roughly around 26 right now, so it's not much changing with this card. We don't know what's going on with this card. If it's going to see play, if it's not going to see play. We still haven't seen all the deck lists out yet for this weekend. I don't think it's going to see play, though I do think this card's amazing in road decks, and a lot of those road decks to really push. Then we have Whitebeard, the Plunder Patrol Helm, with a $10, almost $11 market price. The current value is roughly around $11 as well. And Ultra Rare being around $11. Sure, Plunder Patrol. Good deck core. Not really gonna see meta play, but hey, I like the deck core. And then you got the next highest secret rare being $11, which is a cheat sheet from the Ignister. Once again, I really do like Ignister's a lot, but the meta is so crazy right now. They're jumping in like, hey, we're the best deck, and the meta is just running so fast. They're like, bro, shut up. Maybe like 5 years ago you would have been a thing. Right now, you are nowhere near like the power level of like Spyrals, Geist, Loon Lights, Guru Control. You're just nowhere near them. You can't touch them. But 5 years ago, yeah, maybe, well, before Zodiac, I should definitely say. Maybe it could have been a threat, but right now, no. Also we have Appaloosa Board of Gods coming out of Rising Rampage with a $102 market price. Name Unlimited's already at $111. If you want a first edition version, it's almost at $120. Now, when I first looked at Appaloosa, when it was down to like $40, I knew that this card was going to be money. I knew this card was going to be the be-all end-all card because this card answers the most broken card in the game, which is Nibiru. It answers that. If your deck can go into Appaloosa Bowl and Goddess, you are free to do whatever you want. Not just against Nibiru, I guess we could say. We could also say against hand traps. And of course, when your opponent goes, they have to deal with how many negations you have on Appaloosa. And her attack can be pretty beefy if you use 4 monsters and link up with her. So yeah, I knew this card's gonna be money. I was saying 90. This card's almost near $120. Unfortunately, for those who don't have Appaloosa Bowl of Goddess, buying now is buying at high price, buying at the height of the current price point of this card. And it's something I never tell you to do. I never say buy a card when it's at the height of its current price. But the thing is, there's nothing like Appaloosa. There's no like substitute of Appaloosa. Maybe like Prohibition, but it's just a bad substitute. You want Appaloosa. So unfortunately, if you didn't have this card, you still need this card. And if you don't play without this card, you are playing with almost a guaranteed disadvantage. If you're playing, it's like maybe like Geist and Guru, the control decks, maybe you don't need this card, but even then, players playing those decks are still throwing this card in because if you can make it, it's a pretty good card to make. Getting the Nibiru hurts a lot, and in a control deck, a lot more. So yeah, I think you kind of need this. We also have Orcust cards. So I still respect Orcust as a deck, but not enough. I don't respect the deck enough to run like system down to the side. I don't respect it that much anymore. Being the fact that we have a new sheriff in town. The sheriff is called Spyrals. Sorry, Orcust. You're more like Team 1.5. You're still good. You still got plays. But have you seen those Spyrals though? Look at that Dingus to the Orcust of the Eating Star with a $38, almost $39 market price. The unlimited copies of the Ultimate Rare are roughly around $37, so it's still relatively high in the value. Look at the Galtea, the Orcust Automation, out of Ultimate Rare, out of OTS from Pack 7. With the almost a $28 market price, the value of the card is roughly around $27. It's stabilizing in value. Here's the question. If you hold this card, do you sell it? I personally think you should, because I think these cards are done. I think the deck is still a good deck, but you can put that money toward better decks. And once again, everybody that sees you playing Orcust is going to know what you're going to play. They know what you're going to try to do. They know your whole strategy. There's no like, oh, Orcust, what does that do anymore? We're beyond that. They know exactly what you're trying to do, and if they know how to stop you, they're going to. And especially against decks like Spyrals, that could, if they go first, part of their combo is adding like a DD Crow, which is a huge card against Orcust. So even though I think this is a great deck, I think it has a lot of weaknesses against everything else. Also, Orcust is really good still, but like control decks though, control decks will control the crap out of Orcust. And Orcust's last format can easily play around control decks. I feel like they have a much harder time playing around control decks in this format. Once again, I still think it's a Team 1.5 deck, don't get me wrong, but is a merit having this high price point for Dingus and Galtea? No. Look at Ultra Red Dinguses with a $24 market price. The unlimited copies of the card are roughly around $21. And let's see what's going on with the first edition version. It's about 22. Yeah, it's just not worth it, man. It's just, And then we got Anti-Magic Aeramax coming out of Duelist Pack Battle City with an $18 price point. For lightly played first editions are roughly around 15. This card did go up higher in value. The value is still going down. It's mainly used against like evenly match, which isn't bad, I guess, but like, I don't know. I always feel like if you're planning anti-spell arrows against evenly match, you're obviously planning a deck that wants to go first and create a board that is very susceptible to evenly match. And if you are doing that, you're either Loonlights or your Spyrals. If you're Spyrals, I'd rather just like side in some Judgments. If you're Loonlights, I guess you could use anti-magic arrows. I'm not a big fan of it, but you don't really have that much of a choice as far as like good cards to use. So yeah, I guess you could use this, but the value of this card is very high right now. I would wait if you're looking at this card. I think it's going to be going lower in value as Yu-Gi-Oh players throw this card into the market because it has value, and majority of Yu-Gi-Oh players are just not using it. Like, I don't think Geist and any control decks or Invoked are really using this card. They don't really care about it. But like, Burning Abyss, they're not really caring about it as much because it's a good card, but it's not that good of a card for the deck to be used in the deck. Then we have Solemn Strike. So throughout the weekend, I believe it was, maybe last Thursday, Solemn Strike got bought out. The market price is currently $87. Name it on limits $150, and you're wrong. You're wrong on so many levels. Solemn Strike is a phenomenal card and specifically Geist. But if you're buying $90, $100, $110, $150 Solemn Strike Ultimate Rares, listen, I love max rarity myself, but there's max rarity and there's overpaying for cards that are not worth it. And that's what we have here. We have a case of people overpaying for Ultimate Rare Solemn Strikes. When we have, right underneath it, Breakers of Shadow Solemn Strikes, the Secret Rares, which are dirt cheap, which is insane. Secret Rare Solemn Strikes are $4.50 in the market price. Unlimited copies around $4. First edition copies start at $5. You know what gets me about Solemn Strike? Is the fact that, hold on, I didn't look this up, but Pot of Duality is a great example of why you should always buy a Secret Rare the minute the Ultimate Rare just spikes in value. Pot of Duality at an Ashback 5 holding $107 market price. Unlimited is at $142. But then if you want to buy a Secret Pot of Duality, you can still buy it from $21. If you want to get a Secret First Edition version of Pot of Duality, ironically, all the guys use this card as well. For First Edition version of the card, you're looking to pay about $30. So the value of the Secret Rare went up to coincide with the crazy value of the Ultimate Rare. Well, looking at Solemn Strike, I think that can also happen as well. I think that's also another thing. Oh, by the way, Geist players, if I was to play Geist, which I'm like really debating on, I'm like 49.51 on Geist Spyrals, but if I was personally to play Geist, I would play Unending Nightmare. This card is insane, and oh yeah, nobody knows about it right now. When you play Unending, a lot of Geist players are playing like Heavy Storm Duster, which is a great card against the, I mean, ideally use it only against the mirror specifically, right? Well, Unending Nightmare is 10 times better than that card. In fact, the last time this card saw play was when we saw Pendulums running around, 2 Dracos. More importantly, last time we saw Geist as a tier 1 seriously considered deck. Look at our Unending Nightmare right now. At a maximum crisis, the current market price is $1.70. Unlimited light play is about $1, $2 for shipping, I guess. And then you want a first edition version of Unending Nightmare, it's like $2. $2 right there. Boom, $2. Almost near $3 for Unending Nightmare. The reason why this card's so good because it's a continuous trap. You can pay 1,000 light points, then target one face of spell trap card in the field and destroy it. You could only activate this card once per chain, but still phenomenal. So if you are looking to play the control mirror match, or if you're looking to play even like Guru Control, and you're looking to play the mirror match, this card's infinitely better than Heavy Storm Duster. Heavy Storm Duster is a flip up, one and done. This card literally says, you're not getting Protocol, you're not getting, the other guy's trap card, I always forget because I have it in German, my bad. You're not getting any of your Guru stuff, your Guru field spells, your Guru traps. You're not getting any of that because there's one card. This is literally a controls players anti-control card against control players. And I'm really shocked nobody has figured it out yet. Like, I have 3Ds on my side of my Geist deck, and literally because I'm waiting to play against the mirror match, so when I resolve my Protocol, mine's gonna stay on the board a lot longer than yours because I have this card. And not only is your Heavy Storm, this is gonna be used up one time, but this card's gonna continually stay on the board, continually blow away your face-up spell and trap cards, and you're not gonna be able to control me properly. But as a Geist player, guess what? I'm gonna be able to control you properly. Hopefully you draw your second copy of Heavy Storm Duster. By the way, yeah, I will pay those light points to get rid of your Protocol. GG, sign a slip, have a good time. Like, this, I don't understand why nobody's using this card. This card's an absolute blowout. You know what else is kind of weird? Black Closer Soldier Chaos with a $67 market price is starting to go back up in value. This is my favorite Link 3 in the game. I know we have Nightmare Unicorn, and it's a great Link 3, don't get me wrong, but this card is infinitely better. The value of this card is actually not spiking up in value. It's actually stabilizing at its $70 price point. It's hovering between 67 and 71. It's just a hover price for this card, but this is still a phenomenal card for the meta. Also, Red Ice Fusion coming out of Clash of Rebellion Super Rare. The Super Rare version is holding a $15.50 market price. Unlimited copies are roughly around $12, but if you want a first edition version of this card, it's like $18 to $19 for first edition Red Ice Fusion. The only thing I can say about this card is collectors like to sporadically go in and grab random cards. And maybe they're going in and grabbing this. Or maybe I'm just totally way off topic and Red Ice is amazing. But you know how many times I've been playing this game and hearing, hey V, you heard about that new Red Ice support? We're gonna come back. It's like, dude, talk to me when your deck is meta. Talk to me when your deck has good cards. And Red Ice has decent cards, but they don't have good cards to talk to them about in a meta aspect. So that's why I think, once again, this is more collector's value. Also, there are multiple copies of Red Ice Fusion on the market, and yeah, they're like less than $1. I mean, one's $2, one's less than $1. So that's why I think it's more a collector's move to do, not really specifically a player's move. Looking at Fantastical Dragon Phantazmay at a Savage Strike with a $64 market price, the current value of the card, first edition, is $60. The thing about this card is, I think a lot of you, and as we move into Master Rule 5, the value of this card is going to keep going lower. But I think we might see a spike in value if this card is not reprinted in March. If it's not reprinted in the March set, this card will spike up in value. Now, if it, I think it's a short spike, by the way, but what's gonna happen is it'll go back down as we enter Master Rule 5. You can place within this card is terrible, and then we enter Master Rule 5, and look at that, links are still good in Master Rule 5. It's just, now we have other things to compete with, and I do think Phantazmay can actually see play in that essence. But if we get the reprint, the value of Phantazmay Secret Rare will continue to drop, so we really have to keep a close eye on this card. Looking at Atlantean Marksman, first of all, Water, Mermos, Atlanteans were all over the place this weekend. That's one thing I know for a fact. And the reason why is because, hello there, you're at the beginning of the meta. You're still figuring out what you want to do. This deck right here, this deck just shotguns you. It just goes, that's what you got, that's your board? Okay. Bleh, dead. Water players throughout the tournament were ending turns, ending games that fast. Because when you don't know what you're doing with your deck, or you're still working out the kinks of your deck, and you're at a regionals, water players prey on you. You're bleeding on water, and they are the sharks, and they come at you. So that's why we're seeing a values increase in cards like Atlantean Marksman, with a $32 market price, but it's really realistically in the market at $50. You also have the common version of the card, which is $5.50 in the market price, and it's roughly on $5. This card's insane, and it's really good against, once again, the deck is really good against players that don't know what's going on. Allows you to target set cards, blow it up, move that out the way, so you can just basically break their legs and smack them in the face. That's literally what this card does in the deck that's made to shotgun you in one turn. So if you're not ready for this deck, that can happen as well. And in fact, I wouldn't be surprised if next week and the week after and the week after, we still see Mermos, as you can place are still getting a correct build of Spyrals or Orcust or Goo or whatever. If you're still working the king side of your build and you see water, you're in a lot of trouble, because they know exactly what they want to do to you, and they're trying to do it, and they're going to do it more consistently than the majority of decks. Definitely more consistently. Even though I love Spyrals, I think this deck can consistently do its boards better than Spyrals can. It doesn't brick as much. Though I will say Spyrals don't brick a lot, but this deck, the ratio of this deck to Spyrals, this deck definitely does not brick as much. And then we have other cards like Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit holding a $79 market price. There's an unlimited copy roughly around $86. After that, Ultimate Rare Ghost Ogres are at $90. This card's a blowout card against a lot of decks in the meta, and I'm shocked that this card actually still going up higher in the market. I always saw this card as an $80 card. Seeing that at 90 is just insane. But it is a good hand trap. Drone Lockwood's a good hand trap. Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit's a good hand trap. Oh yeah, Ash Blossom, it's decent, but these cards are basically turn enders. And that's why you play them. When Ghost Ogre's played on a specific card, the game's over. When Ash Blossom plays a specific card, it's not over. Decks like Spyrals can still continue their turns. When Joel Lockbird's play, just in general, if you play against decks like mid-range like Spyrals, the game's definitely over. Just make the best board you can, kiddo. He's probably gonna kill you next turn. But yeah, look at it, Ghost Ogre, Snow Rabbit, Ultimate Rare. It's insanely high in value. Secret Rares are definitely starting to go up in value as well, with a $26 market price. You see one at 24. After that, they're like 29s for unlimiteds. And then you have the alternate art ones in case you want to play Ghost Ogres. They're like $2 to $3, which I love. I love the alternate arts. I love that you can players have the opportunity to play at max value And then I love the value for you can play. You can play have an opportunity to play at not max value, at easier to get value, at cheap value. I like that duality within cards. Do I like that for everything? No, but I do like that for cards that are like Ghost Ogre Store and the other hair traps that were reprinted in Dual Devastator. I really like that a lot. Look at that Evil Soul Dolka at a 2012 collector's tin. The market price is $10. It comes at $13. In fact, if you want a secret version of Dolka with a $7 market price, original print at a Photon Shockwave, unlimited is about $13 or $14. Lightning Plate first edition is at $15. Now, I don't know why this card's worth as much as it's worth. But other than dinosaurs, and for the most part, dinosaurs that are playing Dolka, I'm not sure if they're stacking up on 2 of them. I think they're mainly holding 1 of them. So I really don't get why this price is worth so much. I will say though, I own about 20 of these in the collection I bought, and I'm selling these like hotcakes. In fact, I just recently sold a playset this morning, right before I did my video, and I think I got like $30-something for it. It's absolutely ludicrous how much money I got for Dolka. And yeah, I don't know, Dino players, do you play 3 of these? I thought you just do 1 of these, maybe 2. That's pushing. You have a lot of room in the extra deck, but 3? I guess you can run Pot of Extravagance you want. Okay, yeah, you can do Pot of Extravagance. You can probably do it like that. I guess that is the play, I guess. You know what's another card that a lot of people aren't focusing on is Ghost and Spooky Dogwood. If you're a control player, I almost feel like this is a mandatory card for you as a control player. With a current market price of roughly around $4, unlimited copies are about $4. If you want a first edition copy, that's where it gets a little bit more. It's like, I think $6, I think. For Ghost, yeah, $6. This is for the secret version. Once again, there are cheaper rarity versions of this card, okay, which is like $1, $2 max. But if you want secret Ghost and Spooky Dogwood, you're looking to pay at least $6. To be honest with you, I like both rarities. I like both. I own the secret rare, but both rarities of this card looks actually insanely good. But look at Ghost and Spooky Dogwood. And the reason why it's good for you control players out there is because you're gonna go into time. In fact, your game 1 might last the whole round, but if it does not last the whole round, and you just draw for your turn, and you draw cards like Spirit Mode, maybe Nibiru, or Ghost and Spooky Dogwood, one of these are gonna win you the game immediately. The answer, by the way, it's Ghost and Spooky Dogwood. You're gonna let your opponent go first because you're gonna run like your main like evenly match. You're looking to play like, let's say Alta Geist, and you want to play evenly match or Infinite Permanence. You want to have your opponent go first. They're gonna start doing their turn, and the minute you drop Ghost and Spooky Dogwood, if they do not have Call by the Grave, they're gonna extend their handshake. Name me 1 card that does that in this game. We played a 35-minute game. Okay, we side for a minute. Let's say another minute later to start going first. So we have 3 minutes left. My opponent's, let's say they're playing Spyrals. Totally fine. I'm gonna side Ghost and Spooky Dogwood. I'm gonna draw my cards. He's gonna draw his cards. The second he starts doing his combo, the second he procs an effect to special summon, I'm chaining Ghost and Spooky Dogwood. Please read the fine print. You have to, if your opponent does not special summon, you lose half your life points. You actually lose. So you wait till your opponent procs a special, which isn't really hard though. You're gonna play against Spyrals because they need a special in order to start their combo. And then you drop this card and you just look at him and go, good luck, because you're not winning at all. You have 3 minutes to not only create a board, but kill me. And I'm playing control. Good luck, buddy. So I think this card is an absolute blowout. This card makes me want to play control so badly. Whether it's Alta Geist, whether it's Guru, I don't know. But I kind of want to play control just because the minute I burn through 35 minutes because they want to fight through it, you just throw this card in and you just go, well, guess you're not winning this game. And then you just win because your opponent's doing what they're naturally supposed to be doing. Once again, I still think Spirit Mode's good. I think Nibiru is amazing. But Ghost and Spooky Dogwood in time is the best card in the game, hands down. Maybe Ukazi. Look at that Luna Lights. I think Luna Lights Serenade Dance with an $8 market price. Limit first edition is roughly around $8. Is the card to get. The deck only plays 1 of this though. The other cards like Yellow Martin are going up in value at a legendary dual system of the Rose. The rare version is already at $3. Common cards of Luna Light Tiger are added like Shining Victories at $2. Sure, I mean, I guess so. If you're looking to play Luna Lights and Master of 5, you still need to get Luna Light Fusions, but you don't need to rush into that because they're $1. But yeah, I think Luna Lights, if the core Luna Lights, you should say, V, what's the money card? It would be Serenade Dance. But it will only be Serenade Dance if Luna Lights actually do anything. And if it doesn't, well, it won't be. That's simple as that. And then we have Salamangreat Mirage, a card that's going up in value, holding a $16 market price. Demon First Edition is about $16 to $17. Sure, I mean, Alta guys run this specifically. I don't think Guru Control players don't run this at all, but it's mostly all the guys when they run Pot of Extravagance. The ratios of this are really weird. You can run 2 Linkuriboh, 2 Amarage, or 3 Linkuriboh, 1 Amarage. I personally like, I think you should equal out your Amarages equal to the Altergeist Trap that revives. A Manifestation. If you have 2 manifestations, you play 2 Amarage. If you have 1 manifestation, you should play 1 Amarage. That's the way I see it. And if you play 1 Amarage, then you do 3 Linkuriboh. That's the exact method. Don't make it any more difficult than it already has to be. I think that's the way to do it. Then we have Cherubini, Even Angel, Burning Abyss, and a Dark Neostorm that was hyped up crazily because of Orcust and how they can create a Kali Yuga board easily. And look at Cherubini, Burning Even Angel, Burning Abyss with a $27 market price. The value is dropping. Cherubini's price point is roughly around 19 to 20. Neiman First Edition, so also roughly around 20. The card's just going down in value because even though once again Orcust is a great deck, Spyrals are just, I think, better than them right now in this format. That doesn't say that Cherubini is a good card or bad card or whatever it is. I think this card's insanely good. If you're looking to play Burning Abyss, this card's good. If you still are looking to play that Orcust build, this card's really good still because if you resolve that full board against any deck in the game, you're probably going to win that game because that board is insane. And then we have OTS Solar Pack 12. Cards like Solemn Judgment being roughly around $66, realistically holding an $80 market price. I told you this was the card to get. And the reason why I like Solemn Judgment, and I think Solemn Judgment, by the way, is going to maintain always a high price point because this card is broken. I don't know why Konami has this card out at 3. I don't know what they were thinking or what they were doing, but this card's out at 3. And it's $80 right now. It'll probably hit 100. Wouldn't be surprised if it does. This card's just absolutely insane. Maybe Master of 5, it might go down in value as YGO players might not want to play it, but for now, this is the card. Look at that Twin Twisters Ultimate Rare, $58, almost $59 market price. The card's value is roughly around a little over $60. And the thing is, it should be 70 because you got 1 copy over here for about 62-ish, I think. I'm bad at math. Then you got another copy about 63, and then it's $70. So realistically, Twin Twisters, in my eyes, is a $70 Ultimate Rare, and of course it is. It's a phenomenal card still. If you have Twin Twisters, I feel like you had the option of Twin Twisters and Lightning Storm, and they're both really good for different reasons. Twin Twisters is mid game, of course, good early game. Lightning Storm has to be done early game, unless your board gets absolutely blown out. Then it's good, I guess, but realistically, it's early game. And then we have Chaos Dragon Levineer, which I think is another phenomenal ultimate rare in this set. Chaos Dragon Levineer with an OTS Solar Pack 12 is holding a $41 market price. Realistically, it's like 38, less than 40, but it's dropping underneath its $41 to $42 market price. I'm not even joking you. This is the card. This card's insane. It doesn't have a deck to fit in, but the minute this card has a deck to fit in, this is the be-all, end-all card. So you can do and say whatever you want, but if you crack a Chaos Dragon Levineer, you better hold that card because you will regret getting rid of this card. Mark my words. This card blows up 2 cards on the field. This card takes cards out of your opponent's hand. This card can revive your opponent's monsters based on its effect. It's a dragon. It works great with another card I've been mentioning in my market watches all day long, which is Starlight Seaford, whatever. This is a phenomenal card. It just doesn't have a deck. The second a good dragon deck comes out, this card instantly goes in it. No questions about it. No doubt. Twilight Dragons, whatever you want to call it. This is going to be the card for it. So I'll tell you right now, I'm trying to go and train and get as many of these as possible. I personally own a playset, and I'm trying to get more, and I recommend you going and get more because this is the sleeper card of OTS Solar Pack 12. Even more sleeper than Solemn Judgment was when nobody really was caring about it as much when Orcust was the be-all end-all deck. We also have Time Thief Redoer being roughly around $5. Soundmaker Jack Jaguar being roughly around $4 for the super rares. I think Redoer makes sense. It's being used in Lunar Lights. They play, I think, at least 2 of them, so it makes sense it's 5. Jack Jaguar. Okay. Here's the card I want to play in Spyrals, and here's the card I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are just not looking at right now. It's Mechanite Crusadia Aeramax. If you play Spyrals, you know for a fact that you can easily bring this card out. Easily bring this card out. So let's go over the prices, okay? Mechanite Crusadia Aeramax is holding a $20 market price, and the current value of the card is roughly around $22. If you want a first edition copy, okay, sure, it's $26, but it's still dirt cheap. This card's insane, and I don't know why not a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are starting to run this in decks like Spyrals. If you're a Spiral player and you have problems with control, you just go into Crusadia Aeramax. You force your opponent to overextend their board to get rid of this card, and when they get rid of this card, you gotta shuffle 1 card on the field back into the deck. This card's an absolute powerhouse against control matchups. Against other decks, it's still a good card. When this card's linked when there's linked some cards on the field, your opponent cannot target this card with card effects, period. You make this card with an IP Masquerena, which is insanely easy to do. This card's almost immune from anything Except battle. Slap a Nightmare Phoenix on a Crusadia Aeramax, the card's downright immortal. They can't attack Nightmare Phoenix because Aeramax says you have to attack Aeramax, and they can't really attack Aeramax because Nightmare Phoenix says he ain't just being destroyed by battle. Eat it. Like, this card is absolutely insane in Spyrals. If you're a Spiral player and you can't fully do your Spiral board, you just devolve into making Crusadia Aeramax with Phoenix with Sleeper on board. And then you look at your opponent like, hey, I messed up. I guess I'm still amazing because this is the board that I messed up into. Or if you hit it with a hand trap or anything. This card is absolutely powerhouse. I do not know why it's not being played in Spyrals. Maybe they don't realize it, or maybe they don't have the room, and that's totally fine. But I'm playing this card in my Spiral deck, and once again I believe when my opponent does a hand trap against me, just tries to slow me down, my immediate play is, can I go Aeramax Phoenix? Can it still be outed? Of course it can. This game's Yu-Gi-Oh! Anything can be realistically outed. But if they don't have the answers, and the answers are very specific with the Crusadia Aeramax, you basically win the game immediately. Make this card once again Aeramax Phoenix with a sleeper. Your opponent can't do nothing. This is my little tech that I'll share with all you paisanos. I think this is a phenomenal card. I think a lot of people don't really know about it right now. It's highly undervalued. Even its current value of like $26, $27, to me, is still a dirt cheap value. Anyway, paisanos, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. Please, make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Hit the like button and comment down below. What is your tech card on the format? Answer it. I would love to know. It's your boy Vin, you paisanos. You paisanos have a great day.